What is up? What's up? Welcome to the Too Many Records live stream. It is July 28th, 2023. I don't know why I said the date, but I just figured it was relevant. Thank you for coming in, whether you're coming into the stream now or you're watching this after the fact to see what I have unboxed. Either way, I greatly appreciate you. We are doing a big one today. This is a massive amount. I don't know if you all saw the pictures I've been teasing of how many records I'm unboxing today, but I am worried there's not going to be enough space to chuck boxes when I am finished. Janosch is here, first one in. There is a package somewhere in this pile from Janosch, and Janosch, I gotta be honest, I don't know where in this pile it is. I know it's probably pretty late over there where you are, so hopefully you have some coffee and you are in it for the long haul. What's up, Terry? What's up, Nikki? I'm excited for this one. There are so many records down here. Some would say too many records. Oh, it's only 11 p.m. You're good. You can stay up. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to trickle in. I've been teasing this pretty hard, so I'm hoping we have a pretty good turnout. But I suppose we'll find out as it goes on. What's up, James? Adam's here, guys. Adam's the TMR GOAT right now because he is assisting me in picking up a massive collection over in his neck of the woods. I locked in a deal with a guy for like a 1,300 piece record collection, and Adam went to go pick it up for me and is going to be helping ship it over to Portland. So everyone give Adam some major props because this collection is going to be gnarly for the store. It's going to be really, really cool. I also just locked in the another collection, a smaller one. There's about 40 items, but every single item, not every single item, let's say 30 of the 40 items are massive grails. I spent more on these 40 records than I've ever, like proportionally than I've ever spent on that many records before, because it's literally just supposedly near mint first presses of all these incredible rock and metal albums. And I think it's going to shake to the core people that come into the store. It's going to be an absolutely unbelievable thing to see. So hopefully it arrives here all in one piece. I'm knock on wood. I guess we will see once it gets shipped out to me. But we have had some interesting opportunities at the store lately, and it has been expensive. So hopefully we can recoup some of those costs soon. But it's one of those situations where it's like when you see an opportunity as a record store owner, you can't always pass them up because you know that good used stock doesn't come around that often. It really doesn't, especially in a high competition town like Portland. Janosch asks if I'm keeping any for myself. There are maybe 3 of the 40 that I want to keep, and that's really just like being tight-fisted with it. But we'll see. We'll see how they sell. If they start selling really quickly, then maybe I'll keep a few more. Who knows? All right, we have a lot to get through, and I have to get to the store. Poor Goose is at the store right now. So let's get started. So this first package is actually from a member of the TMR community. This is from Mr. Zach Messick. I don't know if he's in here. I don't know if he comes to the live streams, but he's fairly active in the TMR Facebook group. And he's known in the TMR Facebook group for finding the most insane deals in the wild. Like he lives, I forget if it's Iowa or somewhere kind of like in the middle of the country, and he just travels for work, and he gets such an amazing. He goes to stores and finds out-of-print records for like $15 that go for like $100, like almost every week. So I'm very jealous of him. I have 2 records from him right here. I think 2. He actually might have thrown an extra record in. I'm not sure. These are a trade. I have a bunch of screen-printed posters. I posted about this on my Instagram not that long ago. And, oh, hey, what's up, Alex? I actually started a poster Instagram. There's no posts yet, but if you guys want to see my screen printed posters that are for sale, follow on Instagram, Too Many Posters _. I just started that. No one follows it yet. But I traded him 2 posters for these records. And there's 3 records here, which is cool. We only had traded for 2. He threw in an extra one. I think it's because I might have overvalued one of these. And I was like, I think I screwed up. And he was kind enough to be like, let me throw something else in. The one I think I overvalued, but I was very curious about, is the Beach Boys versus Jay Dilla. It's a mashup album that's conceptually very interesting. And unfortunately, I listened to it after getting this, as opposed to listening to it before I got it. And I didn't love it. There are some really great moments on it, but overall it was a little underwhelming for how beautiful this concept should have been. But this is, I think, fairly hard to find as a bootleg. I might not end up even keeping this because I wasn't wowed. I wasn't absolutely blown away, but still a very cool concept. This next one I'm very excited about. This is what sparked the whole trade. Oh my, I see the last one that he sent me. This is so funny. But I'll show you this one. This is what sparked the trade. This is a first pressing. I think it's actually 3rd run, but 1st year, I think, of the Merciful Fate EP. It is missing the inner sleeve, unfortunately. But still, so cool. Look at that King Diamond on the back. Yeah, no insert. Not inner sleeve, sorry, insert. But yeah, this is a, show you right here. This is super hard to find. He says that it's pretty clean, and we're looking at it now, and it looks certainly VG plus at worst. Gonna throw it in the degritter and see how that goes. But, whoa! First super chat. Actually, John Miller, thank you for the super chat. What's funny is that I just got a notification that I can now heart your super chat, which, you know, I like to think I heart super chats with my words, but now you get an actual physical virtual heart. Thank you so much for the generous super chat. Thank you for the Hayden Pedigo recommendation. He's incredible. Bought all his albums and saw him in DC. Love the unboxing. Hayden Pedigo is fantastic. I still have yet to hear the new record that's sitting to my left over here somewhere. I am very antsy to hear it. His music is amazing. If you haven't listened to William Tyler yet, I would check him out too. I really think he kind of scratches the same itch, at least guitar-wise. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Anyone who wants to super chat me, I will stop what I am doing. It doesn't have to be $20. It could be $1. It could be 10 cents. It could be $100,000. I will stop what I am doing and answer your question to the best of my ability. But yeah, so Merciful Fate, really cool. I thought there'd be some more reaction to this. I think this is awesome. Oh, I just realized I probably shouldn't have shown this cover. It's cartoon breasts. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for that. Well, I guess we'll find out. I'm at the point with YouTube where I'm ready to start making some mistakes. He threw in this as a bonus, which is he knows me well. This is Guster Goldfly, one of my all-time favorite records. It is a signed sleeve with the record. I actually have one. Zach, you are a brilliant man for thinking of this. But it's interesting because now I get to either gift this to somebody or possibly put it in the store. I just absolutely love this record. It is one of my all-time favorites. I guess having 2 signed sleeves ain't too shabby. So thank you, Zach. Appreciate that. All right, let's keep going. I think I know what this is, but I'm not sure. It's just one of those days. All right, how do I... These mighty mailers can really be a mighty pain in my ass sometimes. Oh, this isn't what I thought it was, but very cool. This is a great emo album by Lydia called Illuminate. This was out of print for a while, and Near Mint decided to do a variant of it, a repress, I should say. Let's see how this looks. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I don't know if I have a record that I can think of that is this beautiful. Lydia is a little hit or miss for me as an artist, but Illuminate is a pretty fantastic record. I would argue it's probably their best release. So if you were interested in checking out Lydia, I think Illuminate is a great place to start. So check it out and grab a copy if it's still in stock before it goes out of print yet again. The last pressing was like a rainbow splatter that went super out of print. Went for hundreds of dollars. So don't make a mistake and sleep if you like it. Oh, Paul's here. What's up, dude? I just texted you, Paul. Paul and myself and Alex are going to be in Bend this weekend going to see Boy Genius and Carly Rae Jepsen on the same bill, which is, for me, just an absolute treat. So, very, very excited for that. Oh, what's up, Noi boy? Good to see you. Coming to the store. Where have you been? Where have you been? All right. We have some VMP goodies here. Let's see what we got. Classic. Just a classic. Is this it on blue and orange splatter? Let's see how the splatter turned out from the mock-up. Oh, you know I hate these. Finally, please, you know I hate these. They just fall off. Unbelievable that we still do these. It's 2023. We still doing that? We're still doing it? Okay, let's see. All right. And very cool. Very, 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 very cool. I love this. Hopefully it sounds as good as it looks. I think my pressing of Is This It right now is just black, I think. So this is, if this sounds great, this is going to be my definitive copy. Hot take though, as I've said before, this album is overrated. It's excellent, but it is not their best record. I've said it before, I'll say it again. First Impressions of Earth is their most innovative and interesting record front to back, with some of their all-time best songs on there. But that's just my hot take that I get a lot of flack for. And you know what? Whatever. Am I going to be able to get this back in here? That's the real question. Am I going to do this on stream? I just got a notice that said now would be a good time to insert ads. No, I'm not going to do that to you guys. You're not here for the ads. You're here for the music and the talking. Sorry, YouTube. I'm not going to play your game right now. Added songs to that pressing. Are there more songs on this pressing? Oh, is it New York City Cops? Did they take that off at one point? Am I making that up? Oh, New York City Cops and When It Started. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, then this is we're cool with an ad. Try it out. I actually don't know how. It's not the OG. Sarah Williams. Is this the Sarah Williams that is in Portland that comes to my store? Or another Sarah Williams? But thank you for the info. Sly and Family Stone, there's a riot going on. I have passed up on some early pressings of this in the store because they've been various states of not super clean. This one says it's AAA lacquers. So apparently all audio, baby. All audio? All analog. Oh, what's up, Sarah? Makes the Newberry Comics variant obsolete. That's awesome. I love the idea of Newberry Comics getting just eviscerated because their prices are getting insane. Sly rules. So excited for this. And then this is really cool. Q-Tip's Kamal, the Abstract. I believe that there was one pressing of this that it was very hard to find. But Q-Tip, as you all know, is from A Tribe Called Quest. One of my favorite MCs. One of the most underrated MCs from a technical level, in my opinion. And this album rules. So, yeah, very, very excited to hear this on wax. I've only heard it digitally before, so getting the nice treatment is going to be sweet. All right, we got to speed this up. I am talking way too much for how many boxes there are down here, guys. This is it's an endless barrage. Everyone seems to be really excited about all this, so Finally Pleases. I'm excited with their new rock track. I'm excited for the Toxicity, first ever colored pressing of System of a Down Toxicity. Let's go. Let's go. All right, this was a kind of an impulse buy. I owned these once upon a time, and I sold them like a dum-dum, and now I have acquired them again because there was a repress. So these are two records by a band called A Great Big Pile of Leaves. This is Have You Seen My Prefrontal Cortex and You're Always on My Mind. So I discovered these guys when I was living in LA back in the day, and I saw them on a bill. I believe the bill, I could be wrong, was A Great Big Pile of Leaves, Chon, and Into It Over It. So very kind of interesting math rocky, emo, lo-fi, good stuff. This is excellent if you like kind of floaty guitar, lo-fi, indie. I don't know if it's folk necessarily, but really, really good albums, and they're kind of hard to find until they got this repress. So I regretted selling them because I've re-listened to them since selling them, and now I'm glad I have them back. So I would start with probably this one. You're Always on My Mind, but both of them are excellent and worth your time. So check them out. Nick just said those Pono variants finally came after 2 years. Yeah, except that when I finally listened to Pono in full, I was disappointed. I thought it wasn't quite as good as those two records, but perhaps there's a little bitterness in my mouth about how long it took for them to show up. I don't know. All right, what is going on with this mailer? What's going on over here? Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. We got a nice group of folks in here today. Some locals, one girlfriend, and a bunch of cool TMR people. Fish got a repress of Rift. Rift is one of their best studio records. I would probably put it right below. It's tough. I'm not a Fish super fan, but I lived with one for many years, so I kind of know a lot of Fish stuff on like an ancillary level. But now I have to explain to Adam what math rock is. Oh man, math rock is, I don't know how to explain it on a technical level, but it feels just kind of like music in like this kind of rhythmic, almost mathematical progression when it comes to it's like very kind of angular, but like very can someone else help me out here? I don't know how to describe math rock. I know how, like, when I see it, like, Minus the Bear has a lot of math rock elements to their music. I don't know how to describe odd time signatures. Yes, that's a great way to put it. It feels very, like, music made by engineers. It's like nerdy rock music that's not as much go with the flow feeling as it is very technical, but not proggy necessarily. I'm not a huge math rock fan. I think that the math rock that I do enjoy. What's that band? Terra Melos? They're quite good. But yeah, that's math rock for you, Adam. Thank you for your question and your super chat. Let me heart your super chat. Hold on. Boop. All right. So, like I was saying, Fish. My favorite Fish studio album is Billy Breathes. After that is Story of the Ghost. And I think Junta might be my favorite after that. I'm not sure. But Rift is right up there. Really, really good album. And, ooh, Chris Bellman. Anytime you see Chris Bellman is involved with the pressing, it is going to be probably the definitive. It's like Chris Bellman. The names you want to look out for, if you don't know, and this is old news to many of you, Chris Bellman, Kevin Gray, Bernie Grundman, Robert Ludwig. Those are the four names that you want to see to be very, very excited across the board. But yes, excited that this got a repress on bitter blue vinyl. Cool. All right. What have we here? And Adam Gonsalves. Yes. Matt. You know what, Matt? I almost said it because I knew that if you were in here, you were going to say it. Matt is obsessed with the mastering engineer. He's a local to Portland, Adam Gonsalves, who is excellent. And he actually mastered for vinyl the Goose Don't Be Frightened record that some of you were smart enough to pre-order, which we're still finalizing the art on. It's starting to look amazing. I'm so excited for that thing to be in hand. Who knows? Could be next year at this point, but hopefully earlier than later next year. All right. What is this? Oh, yes. Okay. As y'all know, I am on my metal. Why am I yelling? I am on my metalcore journey right now, and a band that I've started to really enjoy is, at least the early output, like the first 3 or 4 records, is Bullet for My Valentine. And a lot of their early records are very hard to find. I was lucky enough that Jim had one of their records in his collection, and I ended up keeping that. But I put the first 2 records in my want list, and they never pop up. But the other day, Scream Aim Fire popped up, which is their second album. Many consider this to be their best album. And I paid a lot for it. I paid, I think, less than the going rate, but I paid a lot. and I've never even heard this. I quite literally just bought it because I loved the album that comes after this. I think it's or two after this. I forget which one Jim had, but it's the kind of thing where either I'm going to love this when I listen to it, I'm going to keep it, or I'm going to sell it to Sarah Williams, who just commented in the chat. So it's a very valid strategy to purchase really hard to find things, and then if I decide it's not for me, put it in the store and make somebody else happy. Because this never pops up. Like, I saw it literally, it was one of those Discogs things where you refresh and right there it's the first thing up and you're like, okay, this is like a do or die moment. Like, this has just been added. Other people that are looking for this are going to see this in the next couple minutes. You have to go. But a Bullet for My Valentine might be easier to get in the UK. I don't think so, Nikki. I'm pretty sure this record, their first record, and a couple other ones never pop up for sale, period. UK or not. I could be wrong. Some of their later stuff is easy to get, but that's where they fell off, and they lost a lot of their fan base because they just got less interesting, I guess. At least that's what I discovered with, I think the album was called Temper. Wasn't into it. All right, let's keep going. But yes, sometimes your boy has to splurge on a Grail. Sometimes you just gotta buy a Grail. And it might not be a Grail for me, because like I said, I haven't even heard it. That's the problem of owning a record store, is that I enable myself to buy things on a whim. I like how there's full-out conversations happening in the chat. I feel like I'm like the teacher, and like Terry and Yanosha are in the class, and I'm like, quiet down, you two. I'm lecturing. I'm just kidding. I would never say that to them. Here's another epic album that was out of print for a long time, and I have never paid the price for it that I would have had to. This is Finch, What It Is to Burn. Awesome kind of heavier emo rock record. Still very catchy and melodic, and this for so long was out of print. It finally got a repress, I don't know, 6 months ago. I don't know if it sold out. I'm going to assume it did, because there were so many people looking for this album. And yeah, it's just chef's kiss. So if you like emo rock from, what year was this, 2005? 2002, I was wrong. Just a really terrific album, and I wasn't going to pay the $100+. It's David Finch. David, I'm going to write David right here. David, we call you, your nickname is David 250 milliliter Finch. That's what we call you. Don't ask why, but that's what we call you. All right, so excited for this. I love all these emo records getting represses these days. I actually heard a rumor lately in some of my Facebook groups, because I'm in a couple of Facebook groups that are kind of smaller about vinyl, and I hear some kind of interesting gossip in them, and it's kind of fun. And it's not gossip that's hurtful, but it's gossip about the industry. And apparently, Andrew McMahon is actively working on represses for the Something corporate catalog. I mean, I have all those records, but many people don't. So, very cool. Very, very cool. And we have the Queen herself, Miss Taylor Swift. This is the re-record that I was most excited for. If any of you guys saw the video I put out a few years back, that was me ranking every Taylor Swift album front to back. I put an enormous amount of effort into that video. Nobody watched it. It was one of the worst performing, period, worst performing videos I've ever done, which is sad because it's Taylor Swift. I don't think it's the weird mispress. I haven't listened to it though, so I don't know. But spoiler alert, my favorite of Taylor Swift's record is Speak Now. Some of her absolute best songs on here. I mean, Mine is a great song, a little cheesy, but also great. Sparks Fly, incredible. Back to December, incredible. Speak Now, one of her absolute best songs. Everything on here. The Story of Us, Enchanted, Better Than Revenge, Innocent, which is about Kanye West in a negative way, which is funny. Yeah, everything on here is incredible. And I'm mostly excited for this, which I have not heard digitally yet. I've been waiting for the record to come in. Hayley Williams. Castle's Crumbling. I am a huge Paramore fan, as y'all know, and I'm super, super stoked to hear all the songs from this era that never came out, but most importantly, Castles Crumbling, because Hayley Williams just does nothing wrong. And there's also a Fall Out Boy track, which is cool, although it's Fall Out Boy now, right? This isn't Fall Out Boy. She didn't record this with them back in the day, right? This is like modern Fall Out Boy, which for me doesn't hit the mark. Hayley is still firing on all cylinders, however. So, very, very stoked to have this. It's been sitting downstairs unopened for quite some time. All right, we got more Vinyl Me Please stuff. What could this be? That's the real question. I just opened up 3 other ones before. This is a lot of records. Bubble Wrap City, baby. Bubble Bobble, baby. All right, what do we have here? I have not heard this yet, but I ordered this and I don't know why. I think it's because... Did I order 2 of these? Part of me feels like I might have accidentally ordered this twice, which means one goes in the shop. This is Yves Tumor. Really good kind of experimental pop rock. A lot of attitude. I've always been like a very casual fan until I saw them open for 9 Inch Nails last year, and it was a very, very compelling show. So I wanted to give this a listen. I know that this is a single disc version and there is a 2LP version. I got this one. Hopefully it sounds almost as good as the 2LP. I like the idea that I only have to flip it once, which is nice. But this is the VMP limited to 1,000 on crystal clear, which is cool. And then this one's for Mr. It's not for him, but because of him, Mr. Matt Mena, aka Goose. This is the VMP Shotgun Willie. We were searching for a copy, an OG for Matt for almost a year, and we finally found some. And Matt has his OG, so I decided to grab this because Matt and I like to sit around the store when it's slow and sing Shotgun Willie sitting around in his underwear and, you know, things of that nature. Because that album is actually pretty fantastic. The Shotgun Willie, the title track is great, but the final track by Leon Russell originally, A Song for You, is absolutely stunning. But the whole thing front to back is an enjoyable listen, and this is a AAA cut, apparently. So excited to dive into this version of it, rather than the kind of borderline VG Plus one. What is this? Did they include a free bandana? Oh, shit. I'm dropping things left and right. Apparently there's... I don't know what this bandana is, but there's a bandana in here. What is happening? So Vinyl Me Please, man. Oh, it's upside down. Damn it. Vinyl Me Please. Oh, Vinyl Me Partner. Partner? That's actually pretty funny. Vinyl Me Partner. I'm going to wear this when I go to rob record stores. And I'm going to say, Vinyl Me Please sent me. Vinyl Me Please sent my regards. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm never going to do anything with this. That's so funny. And then I got a few things. I don't remember why I got these. There must have been some kind of deal where like you spend X and you get money back. I probably got these for the store, or at least at some point. So I got Grateful Dead. And they restocked these Fiona apples, so I got these for the store at some point. I don't know if they're gonna go out right away, but is what it is. Give it to you. All right, Alex gets the bandana, no problem. And then I picked up this Chester Watson record, Fish Don't Climb Trees. I love that album title. Chester Watson is a modern rapper who doesn't get enough credit. All of his projects are super interesting. Really great beat choices and really good lyrics. And I have not heard this record. I literally ordered it on a whim because Chester Watson has not missed thus far. Very excited to hear this. So if you enjoy hip-hop and you have not dove into his stuff yet, I give you a high recommendation. I mean, I am sober, but the recommendation is high, if you know what I mean. All right. We have so many more to get through, guys. I'm already exhausted. Can someone fuel me with a super chat? Can someone reinvigorate my soul with a super chat, perhaps? This is cool. So we had this record. Oh my God! Ask and you shall receive. Thank you, the Rudy Librarian. But you have to ask a question now, so I can give you your money's worth. You've earned it. So please feel free to have a question. This is a pretty bare bones package, but this is Shame by Brad. Brad is a Seattle kind of grunge alt-rock group that incorporates some members of Pearl Jam. I forget exactly which member. Is it Jeff Ament or is it Stone? I think it's Stone that's in Brad. DeRush? Is that DeRush? You're so sweet, DeRush. Thank you so much. You both have to ask me a question, though. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just, siphoning your funds. I'd rather give you at least a silly answer back. Anyway, this record was very hard to find. And now it's repressed, which is great. Really cool cover, too. Really creepy. Do I have any feelings about Tooth and Nail records and their releases? So, I know I have a few Tooth and Nail records. Tooth and Nail did, I think, the original press of Maze the Everglow before Spartan Records took it over, right? I don't really know. Is Tooth and Nail predominantly like is it like a Christian rock, like Christian emo label? Am I making that up? What are some of their other releases that I might be forgetting? Jog my memory, because I know their stuff. Was Copeland on Tooth and Nail? I don't know. All right. I'm going to open this while we wait for some more questions from DeRush and a follow-up from the Rudy Librarian. Ah, yes. This is the latest release by Rap Ferreira, a.k.a. Scallops Hotel, a.k.a. Milo, 5 to the Eye with Stars. I really enjoy his music, and I feel like I'm compelled to purchase his releases when they go up for sale, but I don't like the way that he talks to his fans. I feel like he's very condescending, and he prices things extremely high and justifies it as I'm the artist, I could set my price, which is true, and I'm not somebody to like question that in a way that's actually like I'm still buying it, I'm still supporting him. But I just feel like there's a sense of just like condescension that comes with it whenever anyone's like, why is this so expensive? Like, I just want to enjoy your music. And he's like, I could charge what I want. Like, how dare you tell an artist what to charge? So I kind of have a sour taste in my mouth about him as the artist, just the way he talks to his fans. But that being said, I'm excited to hear this. Okay, I got a Goose. I'm gonna answer Rudy's, and then I'm gonna answer Goose's. They were mostly Christian rock in the 90s, 2000s. MXPX, Supertones, May, Emery, Copeland. Okay, so I was pretty close. POD, Blindside Me Without You. Still making some great stuff. I don't know any of the stuff that they're making now, but I definitely did enjoy a lot of the things they put out in that era. So Tooth and Nail is underrated, I would say. Goose has asked me, what is my favorite record variant that I have in my collection? That is a very interesting question. I think my favorite variant is actually a release that I put out. All right, I'm going to show it to you guys, just because Goose super chatted me. Hold on. Shotgun Willie sitting around in his underwear. All right, I'm coming back. So, some of you know I pressed Marcus D's Melancholy Hopeful. It sold out very quickly, which I was grateful for. But what you might not know is that there's a Wax Mage variant of it. And no one's put this Wax Mage on Discogs yet. It doesn't exist according to Discogs, but there's 25 of us that have one. Each disc was a different design, so I'm going to show you both. The first design is cool but not mind-blowing. The second one to me is. Chris, thank you for the super chat. I feel like I now have a queue to get to, so hold on, folks. I'll be right with you. So this was This was the first disc. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a split down the middle, and it is two different colors. You can tell on that side. But really, really beautiful. It looks really cool with like light underneath it. But that's not the craziest. That's not the craziest variant. It's the next one. I asked Heath, who's my buddy over at Wax Mage, who now Heath is just inundated with stuff. He has so many people doing Wax Mage now. I said, go crazy with this one. I was like, can you put some metallics inside of this variant and make it look absolutely bonkers? And he was like, yeah, I got you, man. I got you. And this is what happened. It's this, it doesn't even look as cool on camera. It is shiny blue metallic streaks inside of it. And it is so unbelievably cool. This side, it's, similarly very cool. I just love how they knock this out. And this to me is my favorite record variant, and it's on my damn label, which is very cool. It makes me feel awesome because I can honestly say that this is my favorite variant in my giant collection, and the fact that I worked with Heath to make this happen, it's a huge accomplishment for myself. It's a huge sense of pride, and I don't really like stop to talk to myself in that way a lot. I'm usually just on to the next thing, but it's so cool. Too many records, baby. We out here. So there's only 25 people with the Wax Mage. I've been too lazy to put this on Discogs. Hopefully someone will someday, or maybe I'll just get really bored and do it. But yeah, so that is that. Thank you, Goose, for your super chat. And the funny, I have to thank these other super chats. And now, Mr. Chris Circle Time. How many mailers do I have? Well, I think I counted that I had like 23 for today, something like that. So I got to keep going with these. But thank you for your super chat. Oh, give me a little heart there. And yeah, let's keep going. This is going off the rails in the best way. But yeah, that's my favorite variant. All right, what were we talking about? Records? I don't know. I actually have to pack about 7 online sales as soon as we're done with this. So the fun never ends. These mailers are about to be repurposed. Okay, this is not... We got to be getting close to Janosch's package. Janosch sent me something, and I have no idea what it is. So I'm very excited to get there. So this is a kind of a bittersweet thing. I hope this is the right variant. It doesn't say anything on the sticker. Let's confirm this is the right variant. So, long story short, The National is my favorite band. This is my favorite album of the year. Spoilers, I didn't make my list yet, but this is probably going to win. I've been listening to it nonstop. The live shows were amazing. This is the first 2 pages of Frankenstein, and I remember when all the records were going up for pre-order, the variant I wanted the most, which was the green one, which is my favorite color, it sold out before I got to the computer that day. And I was devastated. And apparently, this is the variant. I paid way too much for it. I probably paid 2.5 times retail just to get this. And it's frustrating because there's a guy in the TMR community who's been a fairly regular person in the Facebook groups. I'm not going to blow them up on here, but they told me, they were like, I have the green. I'm happy to trade it for your other color that you don't like as much. Like, I'll hook you up. And I was like, that's so cool of you. Thank you. And then I chased them for months about shipping, and they never got back to me. They kept responding, but they never shipped it. And then, like, I still, this was like literally 2 months later, I still didn't get it from them. So I just bought it at the aftermarket price because I was like, this person very clearly is not sending it to me, which is a bummer. But hopefully this is the proper variant. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Okay, it's green. Very cool. Yeah, green's my favorite color, and while it's not necessarily the perfect match to this album, green for me symbolizes more than just the color green. It also symbolizes Alligator, which is my favorite album of all time by The National, and in general. So green is a color I associate with The National pretty heavily, and to have this on green is a dream. I actually, funny enough, I've listened to this album a dozen times already, and it's always been in my car. I have not listened on vinyl yet because I was waiting to trade my copy with the guy who said he was going to trade it to me. Anyway, kind of annoying. What's also annoying is a week after I bought this, someone put up a copy for like $50, which is like $15 over retail, and I was like, oh, damn it, because before then they were selling for almost $100. So this is crazy, man. This entire hobby is like it's the Wild West. Like there's no way to get on top of anything. All right, let's keep going. I feel like the chat has grinded to a halt. Are you all mesmerized by the Wax Mage Melancholy Hopeful? Is that what's happening here? Shout out to Enjoy the Ride, one of my favorite indie labels. They have a band that they are working heavily with right now called Out of Service. If you don't know Out of Service, you know, a lot of times people will say, oh, this band sounds like Brand New. Brand New is one of my favorite bands. I'm okay saying that these days. Obviously, the lead singer is a person of contention based on allegations and things that they did or may have done. Who knows? But that being said, I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about the music. Brand New is incredible music, and a lot of bands are like, oh, this is kind of Brand New vibes, and I listen, and I'm like, it sounds nothing like Brand New. Out of Service actually does capture the same energy that Brand New does in a way that feels fresh while also being familiar. And I recommend all of their albums. I think there's 2 full records and now this one, which is an acoustic album. Very, very excited to give this a listen on Wax. Yeah, Out of Service, really cool. If you're itching for some more Brand New-esque music, this will scratch that itch for sure. Did I buy the new Age of Odds pressing? I guess you'll have to wait and see. And I might have a rant associated with it. I don't know. Maybe. All right. Video game soundtrack. It got a repress. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I also pre-ordered 3 Game Boy Castlevania records today that came out. I love Castlevania. I don't love the originals that are just the side-scrolling ones. Those don't really do it for me, like Castlevania 1, 2, 3, like those. But all of like the Circle of the Moon and on, like those games are just so rich and fun and scratch the exact itch for what I like in gaming. It's just action with an RPG system, with equipment and levels, and it's very fun. I got the LRG variants because they were way cheaper. Even though I like the Konami ones more, they were so absurdly expensive with shipping. This is one of the best Castlevania games of all time, Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation. Unbelievable. I had the soundtrack, but then it shot up in price to like $150. So I sold it under the assumption that it would probably get a repress, and it did. So now I have it again. Sometimes you got to gamble like that. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you just got to sell stuff, you know? Mondo does video game soundtracks? Oh, yeah. They do lots of game soundtracks. In fact, they were the exclusive retailer for the Katamari Damacy soundtrack, which I own, and is one of the most coveted official video game records that exist. It is super hard to find. Yeah. I ordered Among the Leaves, Sunkill Moon from Near Mint, and people on Reddit were trashing Near Mint in the comments. People on Reddit suck. There are so many people that just love to be negative. Near Mint is run by a guy. His name is Corey, I think. I've talked to him a few times. Really nice dude. I've ordered a bunch of records from him. The worst thing I could say about them is that sometimes it takes a while to get what you ordered. And a lot of that probably has to do with pressing plants and not him. Maybe communication could be a little better on some of that stuff. But ultimately, every record I've received from Near Mint sounds great. I like them. So I ordered this. This was supposed to have like a bonus lenticular. Oh, the lenticular's on okay. So this is Yellow Card Ocean Avenue, which got a repress. It comes with this. I have the yellow repress from a few years ago, and this one I double dipped on because it has this really cool rainbow foil print that it came with, which is rad. Vegas Finds. I am not a huge Spawn fan, but I am a big Pearl Jam fan. And I love that art, so I decided to keep it. But I don't really know Spawn very well at all. But yeah, Yellow Card. I had to grab this. Obviously a classic record. All right, we got some more coming. We got some more. I love that my man Jornt, aka Cat Corp, is starting to put all of his records on vinyl. This is a classic Cat Corp Vaporwave tape called Audi. I have the cassette. This album rules. If you like Vaporwave and kind of funkier stuff, definitely check out Audi. Everything that Cat Corp has ever done is in league with the best Vaporwave music that exists. So the second I saw this go out for pre-order, I had to grab it. My man does not miss. He is the most consistent Vaporwave artist in the entire scene in terms of output and quality. And this album is no exception. So if you like Vaporwave and you haven't heard Audi by Cat Corp, do yourself a favor. Take a listen. I think this next one actually might be another Vaporwave or Future Funk, possibly. Stay tuned. I think based on the label. Yep. So this right here is a very bare bones release. Cash Wednesday. This is a Saint Pepsi release. Saint Pepsi is one of my favorite Vaporwave artists. And they do these kind of like really almost bootleg looking versions because I guess because there's probably a lot of samples that aren't cleared. Yeah, excited to get these. Hit Vibes is one of the best future funk records of all time. Saint Pepsi's a legend. I had the chance to hang out with him and meet him a few times when I was living in New York briefly before I moved to Portland. And really cool dude. Just a really, really cool guy. Who does all the mall Vaporwave albums? That's Cat Corp. Like Cosmopolitan Dreams and all that stuff. Alright, what have we here? Oh, right, there's another cover, I forgot. What part of New York? I went to college at Binghamton, upstate New York, and I lived in Astoria recently. I went to high school in New Jersey, so I kind of have mostly been an East Coaster for a lot of my life. This is the repress of Domo Genesis and the Alchemists' No Idols. It is a really good hip-hop tape that for a long time was going for over $200 and was impossible to find. And they finally did a repress of it with a different cover. I don't know if I like this cover more than the original, but I am just glad to own this because there are so many times where I almost spent like $150 and I was like, I don't know, I don't really want to do that, but yes, this record is excellent. Lots of great features on here. We got Earl Sweatshirt, Vince Staples, Action Bronson, Freddie Gibbs, Prodigy, Space Ghost Perp, Tyler the Creator. It's a real stacked tape. It's very, very good. So if you like that genre of hip hop, check out No Idols. You will enjoy it quite a bit. All right. I don't even know what this label is that I'm looking at right here, but I guess we're going to find out. Whoa. Almost slipped there with the box cutter. Paul, are you still in here? I hope you're still in here, Paul. So, oh man, I got a little seam split. Got a big old split right there. Can you see it? Terrible. But that's okay for the price. This is a band that Paul, who was in a video a couple months ago on the channel, recommended me. The day that we filmed that video, we sat down and listened to his setup, and he was playing this record. This is an Australian hip-hop group called Socrates, and this album's called Malcolm After Mecca. Super laid-back, soulful, just great MCs that are spitting, and I really, really enjoyed what I heard, despite being unfamiliar with anyone involved with this record. So I added it to my want list, and it's not a super hard record to find. You can find it for about $30, $35 shipped probably, even though it's an Australian group. But I was on Whatnot for the first time in a long time, a couple nights ago, or like a week and a half ago. I was I saw someone had this for sale, starting bid of $10, and I asked them if they'd run it, and they did, and I bid, and no one outbid me. So I got this for like $13 shipped, which is an insane deal for how good this music is. So if you like kind of laid-back, soulful hip-hop, definitely check out Malcolm After Mecca. I think you will really enjoy what you hear. Here we go. Here's where the drama's about to start, guys. Sit down, get your I hope I don't regret doing this, but it's what's going to happen. So, I have a black copy because it's one of my favorite records of all time. Age of Odds, Sufjan Stevens. What can be said about Sufjan's space rock opera? Just an absolutely breathtaking piece of music, all the way up until Impossible Soul, which is the amazing 20-something minute closing track. Just a really, really brilliant record. From the first moment I heard it back when it came out, was it 2010 maybe? I was absolutely blown away by how beautiful this record was and how cool it was. So it was out of print for a little while, and they decided to do a really cool variant, which, to be fair, I will show you the variant. I will show you the variant because I saw it because I have listened to a copy of this that is not mine. Goose has listened to it. We listened to his copy in the shop. And the variant is very, very cool. Very cool. Love the marbling on this. Just a beautiful pastiche of different colored smokes. Matches the cover brilliantly. However, that is where the fun stops for me. This pressing, much like the original pressing, which wasn't much to write home about, is one of the most obnoxiously noisy pressings I've ever heard. And it's not just the occasional static, the occasional crackle, the occasional pop. There are sections of this record that have loud clicking noises for like 40 seconds straight and multiple times. There are tracks that are just riddled with surface noise. Even after throwing it through the degritter, it is to the point of being unlistenable at times. And I went on Discogs to look and see if anyone had the same issues, and across the board, except for one comment that's probably someone that works at Asthmatic Kitty, everybody says that this sounds horrible. And I would forgive Asthmatic Kitty if this was their first time doing this. But Carrie and Lowell, one of the most intimate and beautiful records ever made, is notorious for having a garbage pressing that's noisy. Now, I really love the music that Asthmatic Kitty puts out. And I don't want to sound like a hater because I buy a lot from them, I support them, and I think their artists are excellent. I am a one-man army working to make a record label. I work with artists, I work with plants, I work with middlemen, I do things with people, but it is just me approving test pressings, making sure everything's mastered properly, checking on all the art. And every record I have put out has been flawless. Sonically, no issues whatsoever, no surface noise, no loud pops, no issues with distortion, intergroove distortion. I'm just a dude. Asthmatic Kitty, the label, that is their whole damn job, is to listen to a test pressing and be like, this sounds good enough to make a bunch of for people that want this music. And consistently, throughout all of Sufjan's catalog, basically, it is so unlistenably bad that I rarely throw the records on my turntable because it's so disappointing versus the digital. And that hurts because Sufjan is an artist that demands such a quiet, pristine pressing. Like, I wish Analog Productions would take the reins. I am so frustrated at how this sounds. And I was even more frustrated when I read in the comments on Discogs that someone emailed them about it and they sent them an extremely dismissive response that basically boiled down to, colored vinyl's noisy sometimes. Sorry. No, it's not. I only press on splatter vinyl and it's silent. So it's not the colored vinyl. It's you. It's you. It's your quality control and your lack thereof. So I am furious at this label at this point. I can't keep getting disappointed like this for an artist that I would consider to be in my top 5 artists of all time. So that's my rant. Very, very frustrated about how they're handling this, how they're denying any level of responsibility. I don't know. It's gross to me. So very, very annoyed. And that's about the end of my rant. So looks great, sounds bad, unfortunate. Let's keep going. Oh, we got some Noble Records exclusives. Shout out to Noble Records, my man. So this is Crystal. I listened to one track of each of these and I just bought them. I trust Dylan's taste for the most part. We sync up a decent amount. This is like I guess a long out of print, or like the original press is it's a private press psych rock record. Excited about this. And then this one right here is Andromeda, which is another kind of proto-metal psyche rock record that, the early versions of these are probably impossible to find. I think there have been represses in the 2000s for both of these, but I wanted to get the Noble Records version because it has his face on there. Excited to give these a listen. Hopefully I love them as much as I hope I will. Andromeda is so killer. All right, if Alex likes it, it's probably fantastic. All right. This is... I think I bought a bunch of these possibly to put in the store. Whoa, what just happened? Yeah, I bought a bunch of records from Newberry Comics. They had a sale, and I figured these would be cool in the store. We got Take It Back Sunday Happiness. We got the It Follows soundtrack. We have this Turnover record, which I actually might keep. I hear this is a great record, and I want to hear it. Dance Macabre by The Faint. Amazing electro-pop, synth-pop, indie stuff. And then Beggars by Thrice. I got those just because. Just because. Here we go! Here we go. We got Janosch, who is in here right now. Please open on YouTube unboxing. I will! All right. I don't know what this is. Janosch has sent me a gift courtesy of Terry Atmore, helping kind of facilitate whatever this may be. So I'm very excited to see what this is. Here we go. Ooh, there's a couple things in here, I think. All right. Well, let's look at them. I think there's two records. Let's look one at a time. Jazz Boys. So this was a recommendation that Janosch gave me, and it is harder to find in the U.S. than it is where he lives. I love lo-fi hip-hop, jazzy hip-hop, and Jazz Boys is something that, on his recommendation, I have really enjoyed, but I've not had the time to seek out yet. So this is Jazz Boys 1. I think, is this one like... I feel like I haven't even heard this one, because I heard the one with the pink cover that you recommended me, but I'm assuming that I'm going to like basically anything that they put out, because it's very, very in the pocket for the kind of stuff that I love. Really, really nice to send this. I'm super excited to hear this. Let's look at the back cover of this. HHV, which I order from a decent amount. This is not the Rare first album. That's okay. I don't expect the Rare. I don't expect to be ever sent Rare records. This is awesome. So it was written. So the Jazz Boys are from Hungary, which is where she's from. I'm actually part Hungarian, 25%, which is awesome. So very cool to hear some. I guess this is an EP. It looks like 5 tracks. I'm very excited to hear this. Repping some Hungarian music. I guess this would technically be Hungarian music, right? Very cool. Thank you so much. Oh, we got Genova 7, who's a big... I mean, Genova 7 is on... or works with the Cold Busted label. Huge into jazzy hip-hop. Do you like these? Do you like these guys? Genova 7, are you familiar? Genova 7 is an encyclopedia of music as well, so I feel like, if anything, he's familiar. And then the second record, which I haven't looked at yet, is... Oh, there's a note! There's a note! Okay. Janosch, do you want me to read this note? I will. I just don't know if it's private, if you say anything incriminating. There's a note. Do you want me to read it? I'll read it if he wants. Otherwise, I can read it privately if it's... I can read it, sure. All right. Hi, Matt. Hi, Inosh. I'm sending you these LPs as a belated birthday gift for the first anniversary of your record store. It had been great to have been there in person, but maybe one day I'll make it to Portland. I hope you'll like both these albums, but in case they turn out not to be your cup of tea, you can still put them in the store. Which is funny because that's like an inside joke with these live streams, because that's what I say. Or pass them on to Roland and Tony. Well, Tony, I don't even know what happened to that guy. Tony's often the east side of the... he disappeared. I missed that guy, but I don't know what happened. And Roland, I haven't seen him in a little while either. So if they want their free records, they've got to show up more. Whenever I encounter something you talked about in a video during my digs, I think about how much fun you would have had record shopping in Budapest. I hope you'll make it one day. Thank you for years of great YouTube content, and especially for building such a wonderful online community. Best wishes, Janosch, from the land of some of your ancestors. This is such a sweet note. I'm going to absolutely keep this with these records, because this is stuff like this means a lot to me. So thank you, Janosch. This is really, really kind of you to say, and I really appreciate that. Oh, Roland was in here just now? I missed him. He didn't say anything. This is the second record. And I think this is one that Janosch has recommended me and I didn't have a chance to get to. The best way to get me to listen to your recommendation is to send me the record. That's what Corey Schmidt did with Dodie. He was like recommending me Dodie for like months. And he was just like, what's your address? Okay, so this is Thy Catafalque. Thy Catafalque? Is that how you pronounce it? I am not sure what this is, but I love this cover. This is beautiful. It is apparently on sky blue vinyl. There was another artist that Janosch recommended me that I absolutely fell in love with. What is it? Svein Kenneborg? Is that how you pronounce it? It's kind of like ambient jazz. Really, really beautiful. Janosch just has an excellent taste in music. So yes, very excited to listen to both of these and dive in. I'll probably bring these to the shop and listen to them today. Sveinborg Kardib. There we go. If you guys want some amazing music that I have 100% listened to cosign, Sveinborg Kardib. So good. Jazz duo, but it's not traditional jazz. It is so lush and it has more root in ambient music, I think. But it's so good. Anyway, I'm excited to listen to this. Excited to listen to the Jazz Boys. Thank you so much, Janosch, for the really generous gift. And thank you, Terry, for helping facilitate that. You guys rock. Terry has also given me some incredibly generous gifts, some of which I can't share yet because I will be sharing them in a future video. But just know that I truly appreciate this community. The people that are tight-knit to be a part of these live streams, like you guys showing up every week or every other week that I do these to come and chat with me. Like, it does mean a lot. As the channel continues to grow year after year, and by grow, I mean like in time, not so much in size. I do find myself a little discouraged at times, but it's times like this when I can sit here and unbox records and have 62 of you chatting with me and excited to see what records I want to talk about. That means a lot to me. And it really helps me kind of come to terms with certain disappointments within the social media landscape. So thank you, all of you, for being here. We have 3 more to open. Then we'll do a little Q&A, and then I got to get to the post office before this thing closes. So this is cool. Somebody messaged me on Instagram, and they were just like, hey, a hip-hop Wax Mage record just went up. You want to get it? And I had never listened to Eastbound VHP, but I went to listen to it. The cover alone is just insanely good. I love this style of hip-hop from like the 90s. Just fantastic. And I realized outside of the Marcus D, I don't have any hip-hop Wax Mages. So let's open this up and take a look this was not a cheap record, but I listened to the music and it's really, really good 90s hip hop. Like really good laid back gangster stuff. I don't know if it's G-Funk per se, but it's definitely chilled out. Let's look at this Wax Mage. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's so cool. Oh my god, I love this. A little warped? I don't know. It looks maybe a little warped. I don't know. I think it's fine. Super cool. Love this side. This side is gorgeous. It's like a dirty rose. Let's see if the second disc is any different. But yeah, I'm excited to spin this. I'm gonna bring this to the store and degrid it and then spin it for sure. I feel like I have so many things to bring to the store today. Oh, the second disc is vastly different. Okay. Whoa. All right. This side is a little less cool. It's like just a typical try, but this is really interesting. I love how these came out. Just really great Wax Mage stuff. So excited to give this Black Hole Posse. Is that what it stands for? Sick. Yeah, Black Hole Posse. Yep. So very excited to have this. This label is called Mint Underground. Definitely check them out. They put out a lot of kind of like gangster rap stuff on vinyl that's never had a release. I missed out on Big Mo's City of Syrup, which was not through them, I think, but another Houston gangster rap classic that Goose got, and we spun in the store, and it's so good. I really want a copy, but yes, very cool. More Wax Mages from atypical genres. That's what I say. Oh my god, did I get one? I got one in one. That's incredible. This I can't show. It's inappropriate. I think I ordered this because I don't remember why I ordered this. It's Ice Spice. I think everyone was like losing their mind over Ice Spice, and I was like, I'm gonna order this just to listen to it, to hear if it's good, and then if it's not good, it's gonna go in the store. But everyone's freaking out about Ice Spice, and I saw a limited variant go up. I was like, all right, there's too much to cover up, Noe Boy. I can't do it. Use Google. All right, and the last one for the day is... Oh, is this the Emeralds record? Mark McGuire, not Emeralds. So, Mark McGuire, not to be confused with the home run hero from the baseball world. This is Mark McGuire, who was then in a group called Emeralds. They were a ambient drone kind of experimental group, but a lot of times aired on the prettier side. Tony's here. Tony, I was just clowning on you like 10 minutes ago. It's like I summoned you. Sock a few dingers, Mark McGuire. Yeah, I don't think this Mark McGuire could hit as many homers, but I will say that this is a beautiful record if you're into kind of ambient and guitar work and just kind of like experimental stuff that also manages to be very captivating. I would definitely check this out. This album is called A Pocket Full of Rain. Originally from 2009, and it just came out on vinyl for the first time, I believe. So definitely worth checking out. Big fan of that. Good Lord, there is just an absolute unit of boxes over here, many of which I'm going to have to repurpose in a few minutes to go pack up records before I head to the shop. But that is the full unboxing. We are at 1 hour and 8 minutes, which is one of my longest live streams in a while. That's because there's been a lot of love in here today, man. We've got some great super chats. We got some gifts. We got basically the whole crew rolling up. So thank you for everyone to be here. One could say I received too many records. It's true. Lone Wolf. Oh, Jim's brother's here. What's going on? Is Lone Wolf, are you're Jim's brother? Or did I miss someone that if you guys don't know, I'm sure you do if you follow this channel, Jim is a friend of mine. TMR community guy who passed away, and we have a bin dedicated to him in our store that people truly love picking through. Everybody digs through it before they leave and usually finds something. We're still going through Jim's collection. It's truly amazing. Jim is a regular character in the store's life. I'd say at least 2 or 3 times a week, people are in the store talking about Jim's collection. So Jim is certainly living on, and I miss him. I miss him in these live streams. It feels weird to do them and not see Law Dude pop up. But it's good to have you here. Hopefully you can make it out to the store one day. I'd love to meet you as well. Luke with the super chat. Let me give this a little heart right here. How am I? It's been a while to catch a live stream. How's the store doing? I'm glad. Good to see your name again, man. The store's doing really well. We're hitting a summer season where things are a little slower in store just because I think retail slows down. People travel for the summer. But we have a huge collection incoming, 1,300 pieces. And then I have a small but mighty collection incoming that's about 40. And every 30 of those 40 are insanely rare first pressings of like really good rock and metal records. So the store is great. I have a lot of exciting things to tease moving forward, which makes me excited. Yeah, next month's going to have some good drops. And I'm also on the tail end of trying to figure out if it's worth it to travel to and acquire a massive jazz collection of 1,000 pieces. So I'm still waiting to hear what's in the collection and see if we can reach an agreement that makes sense financially. But yeah, lots of things that I'm hunting down, which is exciting. Yeah. So if there aren't any final questions, I really got to get to the post office before it closes, so I probably have to call this. But this has been a blast. I've had a great time today. Have I had a chance to hear Utopia yet? I am famously not a fan of Travis Scott. I think his music is all extremely overrated. The least overrated is Rodeo, but even so, it's not my thing. I have heard that this new record has a kind of a Yeezus vibe to it, which is intriguing to me, and the features are pretty interesting. So I will be listening to Utopia, at least in part, on the drive to Bend tomorrow, and I'm excited to hear it. But I'm sure I'm probably going to leave thinking it's overrated. That's just my experience with Travis Scott. Thank you, Janosch, for sending me those. I can't wait to let you know what I think of them. Very, very kind of you. I can't wait for you to inevitably one day come out to the store and check it out. I will keep you posted. Final question: how do I keep getting more handsome? Tony, you're just looking in the mirror, bro. You accidentally have the mirror in front of your screen. Take it off, dude. Have a great day, everyone. I will talk to you all very soon. Fun video coming next week. I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye.